Hello, anybody, somebody, nobody, whoever may never see this. This is Siegfried Alexander Faust, the Whiff, come back with some more Warhammer 40k. This time I'll be covering Grey Knights. I have a problema where I have these guys with spears still, or falchions, and they're supposed to have swords. Ignore that. This is a 2k battalion detachment of sword bearers, starting with 2 CP of Grey Knights. You're going to have 3 one-man squads of Nemesis Dread Knights, 3 4-man squads of servitors, 3 5-sword terminators, 1 Grandmaster and Nemesis Dread Knight, 1 Lord Caldor Drago plot armor man himself, 1 Brother Captain, 1 Caldus Assassin, and 1 Venerable Dreadnought. If you can get a list with like some extra points, I like to squeeze in a Dreadnought, something at the end of the day that's worth targeting by your opponent that you can pop Smokescreen on. 1 CP, -1 to all their hits, and if you put it on dense, that way, if they burn a stratagem, you can in turn burn one of yourself to make it so they stay at that -1, just to make it extra annoying for them. Caldus, if you can squeeze her in, she's very nice. Give that extra tax on your opponent so your opponent is having to pay extra CP to do things. Unlike chapter tactics for regular Space Marines, they, depending on which one you choose, just get a psychic ability given to them, kind of like Zinch for Thousand Suns. Um, and from there, this list is very push heavy. It has different combinations of deep strike potential you can do or pushing forward. Because all these guys should have teleporters. Yep. And let me just double check real quick. Pretty sure they do. Yep. So that way you can teleport them in, or you can walk them different ways, combinations, and they get use access to different stratagems. The servitors are going to be the ones who get armor of contempt. Oh, I love it. Who are going to just be hiding or holding an objective usually while your others move up, and then if your opponent wants to sink shots into the servitors, okay, they're 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 there to just soak or hold. Um, Caldo Drago is just a beast. He provides some benefits, but it's more so just for him to walk up, cause problems. But the captain will have warp shaping in his loadout, so you can change between which tide of the warp you want to be in. I like sword bearers. I think they do a bit more now than rapiers. The old combination was the both of them, but you can't dual soup anymore. Uh, and Terminators are just so tanky right now with AOC. They're at a 2-up, so you put them on like cover. They get 4-up invul, which is funny because while the -1 damage for Death Guard is good, and them being T5, they also have a 4-up invul for their Terminators. But like, it doesn't really matter. Ooh, you need AP5 to bring them there, which most stuff doesn't have. That's very niche. And so that's like Relic or Knights, like Imperial Chaos Knights. That's territory to get to that point. Uh, the Nemesis Dread Knights, I like to give mine just the heavy incinerators, and then I just give them a Dread Fist, so you have more combinations of what you want to use. In case you need to bop somebody for strength 12 in order to get that good chance to wound. You want to like make that trade off for instead of that extra damage because it's AP3 as well instead of sweeping blow or mighty strike. And again, the heavy incinerator because their ballistic skill gets worse, but with the heavy incinerator doesn't matter. Auto hits anyway. So you want these guys to get up and close and personal in the melee, and they won't have to worry about their heavy also getting -1 for big guns never tire because they are flames and flames never tire. I think this list again, it's very pushy, it's very nice. This one's far more balanced than say the Iron Hands one. It can deal with it can deal with vehicles, non-vehicles. It can get stuck in. It likes to charge. Heck, it can even get charged, and it has Overwatch capabilities, which is nice. It can be very tanky and provide a lot of options because it's also a very deep strike army with mortal wounds. Overall, I think this is maybe better than my Thousand Suns army. Uh, Let me just do a quick spoiler. Where are you? Uh, I think it is better than the Thousand Suns army, but just barely. Um, yeah, it's very formidable. I don't really know what else to keep saying about it. It covers all your bases. It can has good denial psychic, it has good psychic, it can buff or debuff. It has many different options you can do. It's very tanky, brings the damage. Um, has deep strike capabilities, nerfs your opponent as well. Overall, top 5 to top 10 contender list in meta. I would do it like this. It's really hard to build the knights any other way. Like you could give them their other weapons, but I only did that for the Grandmaster. Um, because he actually has a 2-up ballistic skill and 2-up weapon skill. They just have a 3-up weapon skill, and their ballistic skill gets worse. So it's really hard to justify giving them the other weapons, which aren't that great, honestly. They're really not. Um, and if you're gonna do other bonuses to their damage output, some of those things are limited to just one model. So yeah, and then with these Terminators again, they're just swords, the extra AP, which kind of feels like it's needed right now in the AOC age, and then Stormbolters because they're termies, so it all gets doubled. So each squad is doing what 20 shots, because it's gonna be 4 each. Yeah, so that'll help cover you for the weak threats. Basically, the list what's really missing is just strong melta capabilities at range. The only thing you have is a venerable dreadnought with multi melta and a missile, and the Grandmaster, I guess, for his Gatling silencer and the heavy sight cannon. Maybe with all that combined, you could take out one big spooky thing in the background, but it's mainly just getting up in melee and getting things done, or just harassing with mortal wounds and tankiness. Without further ado, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, compliments, advice, or requests, or recommendations, feel free to jump it into the comments below and or reach out to me. And if you have any other content or things you want to see, regardless, for this video, I hope you like, share, and subscribe. And game on. I'm going to be having more videos come out. My Twitch is in the text below, along with the Google Drive with this and other updated armies. I'll be updating many armies coming out in the future, like the orcs, mostly all the Xenos, because I knew they were going to get some changes. I had a good feeling, and like just there's stuff on the horizon. And so I'm going to be doing only Imperium. Then, when Battlescribe and Warhammer things are updated, I'm going to be going back and doing Chaos Space Marines. And by then, hopefully, maybe Demons will be out. So then I could do Demons and or World Eaters and Imperial Guard and all that stuff will get redone. But I'll have at that point all the armies covered. I'll have some more updated videos for everyone. And you'll be able to use these all as competitive tournament lists to play me or others in TTS or IRL. Uh, Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.